Hello, in this video I want to pass with you IBK financial accounting test. So let's start with section 1 and chapter 1. First question. Which two of the following are correct statements with regard to a limited liability company? It is owned by the directors. This is wrong because we know that the company is owned by shareholders. Is a separate legal entity to its owners? This is correct because this is the main idea of limited liability company and run by a board of directors. This is also true, and we have two options. The last option, shareholders are jointly liable for any business debts. This is wrong because this is the idea of limited liability partnership but not LLC. So we choose answer C. Next question. Which of the following statements is false in respect of management and financial accounts? First, the format of management accounts is decided by management. This is true. Financial accounts are usually prepared for a period of 12 months. This is also true. There is no legal requirement to prepare management accounts. This is also true. And final option, management accounts are prepared under international accounting standards. This is wrong because, as we know, international accounting standards do not regulate internal issues of the company. The next question. The principal aim of financial accounting is to maintain ledger accounts, record financial transactions, produce a trial balance, and provide financial information to users. So this last option covers the previous ones and is more broad. So we choose answer D. Next question. Which of the following are characteristics of a limited liability company? It is a separate legal entity to its owners. This is correct. Shareholders are jointly liable for any business debts. This is wrong because, as we know, this is the main idea of limited liability company, that shareholders' liability is limited. And final option, it pays dividends to shareholders out of retained profits. This is also true, and we choose answer B. Next question. Which two of the following are disadvantages of carrying out business as a sole trader? Easy access to capital. I guess this is not the main disadvantage. The next option, personal liability for the losses of the business. This is real disadvantage. And option C, business continuity linked to the individual. This is also disadvantage because when a person dies, so does its business. And high administrative burden in terms of reporting financial position. As usually for sole trader, reporting is not so complex as for limited liability company, and this is not correct. The following are advantages of operating in different types of business entity. Identify which advantage relates to each type of entity. Simplicity in management. This is about sole trader because it operates solely and there is no problems with management. Easy to transfer ownership to the business of the business. I guess this is LLC because it's a separate legal entity, and shared responsibility. It goes for partnership because partnership work together and share responsibility. The next question. Are the following statements concerning sole trader true or false? A sole trader may employ members of staff. This is true because there is no such restriction. The business and the individual are the same legal entity. This is also true. And the next option, the high prestige of such business means that it is easy to raise capital for the business. This is false because usually investors trust companies but not sole traders, because companies usually have more money and more assets. The final option, the sole trader has no personal liability for business debts. So this is wrong because this is the main idea of sole trader, and we tick false. Which of the following statements are true of limited liability companies? The company's exposure to debts and liability is limited. Here the keyword is companies. The exposure of the company itself, but not shareholders. So this is wrong. Financial statements must be produced. This is correct. And a company continues to exist regardless of the identity of its owners. This is also true. So we choose answer C. Next question. A person engaging in business is given a degree of protection from personal liability for business debts, regardless of how the entity is formed. The main idea of this question, I believe, is how the entity is formed, because limited liability company and sole trader are formed in different ways, and it does affect the liability of shareholders and the person of sole trader. So I believe the answer would be B. Next question. Are the following statements true or false in relation to management accounts? They must be produced annually. This is false because management accounts are not regulated. They are subject to regulation and law. This is also false. They include detailed information to facilitate decision making. And this is true because the accounts are prepared for management. Which two of the following are features of management accounts as opposed to financial accounts? Legally, they are legally required. Management accounts are not legally required. Available to shareholders, they are not available to shareholders. And refer to historic and future events. This is correct. Format determined by directors. This is also true. The last question. Which of the following statements is correct? A partnership is a separate legal entity. This is wrong because this contradicts to the idea of the partnership. A sole trader cannot employ staff. This is also wrong, as we found out previously. Most incorporated entities are otherwise known as limited companies. This is correct. The owners of a limited company are otherwise known as the directors. This is wrong because owners of LLC are shareholders. So thank you for your attention, and this is the end of the first part.